match we have in prospect here at Anfield tonight. France, many people's favourites to win the championship before a ball was kicked, against a Dutch team embarrassed by their performance against England and determined to set the record straight here. They've made changes from the humiliation at Wembley, bringing in an extra defender, Johan de Kock, who came on as a half-time substitute against England, and Philippe Cocu is surprisingly preferred to Clarence Seedorf in midfield. But the big news is the return of Patrick Kluivert in attack. France, as you've heard, haven't lost an international for 2 years and 7 months, and a big factor in their success is the consistency of their team selection. No fewer than 8 of this lineup have started every game in these championships. The only real decision for coach Ami Jacquet was who to play up front with Zidane, and he's opted for Patrice Loco in preference to Christophe Dugarry, who drops down to substitute. The referee, Antonio Lopez Nieto, and don't mention penalty kicks to him, he's from Spain. Quick look at those on the bench tonight. I must say, some very high-priced substitutes representing both countries, and a wealth of experience for the coaches to call upon if needed. Patrick Kluivert, a fearsome figure in the Dutch ranks, starting his first game for 2 months on the ground, of course, where his 2 goals in the playoff against the Republic of Ireland enabled Holland to take their place in these finals. And Jure Djorkaeff, an equally important figure for the French. So we're all set. Orange is the colour at Anfield tonight. Masses of it around one of England's most famous stadiums. And certainly in terms of noisy and numerical support, Holland have the advantage. The French in their change strip of all white. It'll be Holland who get us underway, attacking the Anfield Road end. For those of you who know your Anfield, I'm sure that counts for just about everyone watching. Certainly the man alongside me does. Kevin Keegan, what sort of match are you expecting here tonight?
Well, I think it's a mouth-watering prospect just thinking about this game. If it can come to life, 2 very, very good sides. Interesting for me to see how the Dutch bounce back. I wouldn't say it was a humiliation at Wembley, because England did finish all the chances they made very, very well. It was clinical finishing. But they'll bounce back from that. They could still win this. There's still a danger to everybody in the competition of the Dutch.
Certainly the Dutch newspapers not slow to criticise their team. They had a vicious press back home after their defeat against England. And rather as it did with the England party, I think, early on in these championships, that steeled them to bounce back tonight. Here's Guérin for the French, making their first attack towards the Kop goal. Often an overlooked player, little Vincent Guérin in the side. Not one of the obvious skillful types, but gets through tremendous work in midfield to provide the platform for others. Giving the ball away, but then retrieving his own error. The Dutch commentators were surprised at the choice of Hiddinck's line-up time. They're used to playing 3 centre-backs and 2 wing-backs, as they call these days. But they seem to have gone for a conventional back 4 tonight. A long ball, Kluivert, dealt with very capably by Thuram. Figure of Desailly, now Zidane. Garambert on the far side. Deschamps has given it away. Very camping possession for Holland. Just over the head of the man who's coming to the side tonight, Philippe Cocu. Plays for PSV Eindhoven.
Very important for the Dutch tonight how Bergkamp plays, because he's the one with the most experience up front. Cocu is very inexperienced, seen him play a few times for Vitesse Arnhem before he moved to Eindhoven. And of course Kluivert, we've got to see just how fit he is. I don't think he can be 100% fit, but he's such a good player, Alan, that if he's 80%, that could be enough.
He had a knee operation, remember, which meant he couldn't play in the Champions League final. Although he's been used as a substitute in in all 3 matches so far. It's a big difference starting a game, particularly one of such high pressure as this. Danny Blind bringing Holland forward. Remember, he missed the game against Scotland because of suspension. He gave away the penalty in the match against England. Reisiger. Blind again. Skill by Bergkamp. Reisiger. De Boer. Bergkamp beaten by Desailly's challenge. Laurent Blanc. Zidane. Holland win it back. De Boer for Blind. Hitchke. Baku. The clock keeps the attack moving. Reisiger on the right for Holland. 9 Dutch players inside the French half. Well spotted by Deschamps. A good interception. The most experienced player in this French team. And Danny Blind just about the most experienced, certainly in terms of his age in the Dutch side. He's 35 next month. Just moved to Milan with his former Ajax teammate Davids, player sent home, if you remember. Certainly all is not well in the Dutch squad. I actually stayed at the same team hotel as Hiddinck's team last night. They seemed a very subdued bunch, I must say. And rumours of a division in the Dutch camp, I think, are more than just rumours.
They probably are just rumours, Alan, but they always come around at the time of a tournament. We've heard it before. It seems this time it's definitely true because obviously the player's been sent home. But if they get a good win here tonight, they'll pull themselves back together, I'm sure of that.
Cox's first time clearance over the head of Lizarazu. Kluivert pressurising Desailly, but you've got to be pretty strong to knock him off the ball.
I don't think Arnold Schwarzenegger could knock him off the ball. He's terrifically strong. But that's a real interesting contest. Kluivert, possibly only 80% fit against, for me so far, the most impressive player in the tournament, and that's Desailly.
The French fans taunting the Dutch with cries of 4-1 to the England. Carambeu making a great run down the right, picked out with a glorious ball. As he clashed there with Hitchke, he looked towards the referee, hoping for a penalty, but I think the referee made the right decision to play on. Joguer. Oh, lovely skill, he just ran into trouble. Hitchke bringing it clear with a brilliant run, and then a foul, and the yellow card, in fact. Deschamps becomes the first player to be cautioned here. Superb run though here, Kevin.
Yeah, Hitchke's come on in this tournament. You know, he obviously he's been at Blackburn. Blackburn fans have seen him play, but he's really been one of the better players so far in this tournament. He's not one of the biggest names, but his performances have been fairly consistent.
There's Guérin for the French. Deschamps, Lizarazu making a great overlap for him, and he finds it. The French with this fantastic record of 18 victories and 8 draws in that 26-match spell, undefeated. They scored 55 goals and conceded only 11 in that spell. But it's Holland looking dangerous here, and Kluivert had got forward into a great position there if the ball had been released a little bit quicker, perhaps. Now, Loco to Zidane. Carambeu. Run by Loco in the centre. Very calmly dealt with by the Dutch defence.
I think the French miss Dugarry when he doesn't play. I know Loco is a very good player. He's had a great season last year with Nantes, not had too great a season this year with Paris Saint-Germain, but Dugarry gives them something else. He can hold the ball up better than this guy Loco.
Free kick to Holland. Kluivert gets on with it quickly. Vichka, now he's got a bit of space to attack here. And try to go round Thuram, who defended impeccably. Now the exciting Caron. Loco. Blanc. Well, Deschamps and Zidane left it to each other. The ball picks up the pieces for Holland. Jordi on the right. Good ball for Kluivert. Sets it up for Bergkamp. Well blocked by Desailly.
There's an instance where Bergkamp's much happier just pulling off the defenders, facing the play, and there's no doubt about it. If you're used to playing that way, it's very difficult to go and play right up front as he has to do against England.
It'll be a musical night at Anfield, if nothing else. The Dutch band accompanies them to every game. Their fans really are, I think, some of the best in the world of football in terms of colour and style. And it'll be a shame to see one of these teams go home.
Well, they certainly should make a lot of noise because they went to Wembley to enjoy themselves and they had a very quiet time of it because of the team's performance. So the voices should be hardly used, as they say. They'll be looking for a much better performance here tonight. I'm certain they're going to get one because this Dutch side, when they start to knock it around, they're the most exciting in the world, not just in Europe.
A lovely little dummy there by Vichka, letting it run on to Bergkamp. Now Blind, Reisiger on the right. Jordi hugging the right touchline. De Boer, a link man in midfield. Vichka. Kluivert makes the run. It's excellent positioning by Kluivert, but the ball perhaps just too strong for him.
Even had he been playing every day of the week and training all the time, he would have had a job bringing that one down. But certainly his first 2 or 3 touches have been a bit loose, as you would expect. But the longer the game goes on, it's a great ball from Vichka, but it really tests his touch, and it's just not quite there, as you see.
Carter's clearance. Bergkamp. Vichka weaving his magic spell. It's it back from the cock. Zidane, now Loco. Djorkaeff has pulled away into a great position in the box, and he picked him out with a lovely little slide-rule ball, which earns only a goal kick. Looked as though it might have been a corner. The French dismayed.
This player, again, has caused a lot of problems. It's a great little run. He just hasn't got the strength, and Reisiger has. On this field tonight, in my opinion, we've got 2 of the best full-backs in the world at the moment. Reisiger at right back for the Dutch, and Thuram, who's going to Parma next year, who's playing in the French side. They've both got the same qualities, strength and finesse, all in one.
Now Djorkaeff for France. Holland have a man injured as this French attack goes on with Thuram in possession. It's a useful ball. Well cleared by Reisiger. Cocu is the player lying injured inside the French half. He was absolutely caught by a thunderous challenge from Thuram. A fair one, I think, but certainly it's left the Dutchman the worse off.
Well, it bears in mind a little bit of what Alex Ferguson was saying, that they are a tough side. I mean, they've no quarter given, none asked, and they really have added that to all the other skills they've got. And it is a skill to be tough and to be hard, to be able to stand up for yourself out on a football field. But really, you've got to master the art of doing it within the rules. And the French haven't had that many bookings, so they've even mastered that art during this tournament.
Hiddink, the Dutch coach, who took over halfway through the qualifying competition for Euro 96, when the press and indeed the public in Holland were calling for Johan Cruyff to be appointed as national coach, has steered his side to this stage, with 1 or 2 wobbles certainly along the way. And Cocu wobbling on his legs at the moment, still a little groggy after that collision with Turon, but he's now back on the field. Laurent Blanc strolls out from the back and now accelerates when he saw a gap opening up. Turon. Glorious ball. Turon. 3 in the box if he can make the cross. He was prevented from doing so. I'm not sure the referee's given a corner or a free kick here. Certainly Turon wanted a free kick. It seems to be a corner, is it?
No, he's given a free kick, and it's poor refereeing this because he just lets it go a bit longer. He gets the advantage that he deserves, but unfortunately the referee's blown up. But again, a real demonstration of his strength again, Alan. He's like a bull, isn't he?
I'm sure, having beaten his man despite the foul, he would have liked play to go on there. Okay, yeah, lifts it across, and that was a tremendous bullet header. However, it was into the cup, not into the net from Karambeu.
Everything right but the direction. He gets up brilliantly, but this is about 20 yards wide, Alan. Tremendous leap there.
There's a few people could kick the ball that hard, I think, but Karambeu really...
You're talking to one of them, definitely.
It was so good.
It's a different stadium to the one I played at, but it's still a great stadium to come to. There's not 26,000 stood behind the goal anymore, unfortunately.
Strokes one forward for Jordi, but Zarazu's got pace, got there first. Good play by Deschamps. Loco, challenged from behind by Ducart. I'm surprised the referee didn't see anything wrong with that. Bearing in mind the tackle from behind can and should, according to the laws, bring a yellow card. Blint's clearance. Desailly heads it back. Only to De Boer. Now Vichka. Laurent Blanc again. He has that lovely acceleration as he comes forward. Now on him, free kick. Yoker. Karambeu. Turon. The French believing they have their best team since 1984 when they won this championship, beating Spain, in fact, in the final in Paris. Famous French team with the likes of Platini, Giresse, Tigana. Platini scored 8 in those championships, and still that remains the record for an individual goal scorer in the European Championships. I wonder if Alan Shearer can beat that. Gotta go some.
You may well think this is the best French side, but until they win something, Alan, like the other French side did, most people won't remember them in about 10 years' time. The key is to win something. People always remember the sides that win the Cup. European Cup, FA Cup. They rarely remember who they beat in the final.
Here's Clivert. Blint. Good work by De Boer. Despite the challenge. Now Bohada. Now Vichka. Oku to Vichka. Reitziger. Bergkamp just brushed aside by Desailly. Holland enjoying most of the possession at the moment. Jordi. That was unfortunate. which both these teams are knocking the ball about at pace. Very impressive. We were not very impressed with the referee for the award of a free kick against him then. Lifts it in, looking for Djorkaeff. Yuri has possession for Holland. Kluivert lost his man brilliantly. That was a flash of superb skill from Kluivert. And a useful ball. Bergkamp. Just good defending by Deschamps. Karamber's given it away to Cocu. Well to get the crossing, Kluivert missed it completely. So we saw the best and the worst of Patrick Kluivert in that attack. Now Deschamps. Well, Reisiger did well there.
Well, if Kluivert didn't have a cartilage problem, he certainly would have done after that, because that was a real wild swing at that one. I don't know where it would have ended when he made contact, but it's a bit rusty, but he's still a threat.
Harder for Holland. Again, it's a mess of his intended layoff. Foul given against Deschamps. Went in a little late, a little high on Bochada. Usually described by his coach as the perfect modern defender. The Ajax contingent, of course, Winston Bochada. For Holland. Reisiger. This is the Cock. Could be a great ball. Cocu heading it on, but no Dutch players inside the penalty area. Up to 20 minutes gone, Kevin, and cat and mouse so far, really.
Yeah, both teams just feeling each other out. You could understand it with the Dutch because, you know, they've come off that 4-1 beating. I expect the French to start a little bit more confident. Both teams struggling to find the front men. Front men are struggling to get possession of it, so it's bogged down in midfield at the moment. But I get the feeling, Alan, that the first goal here will be so vital. I don't think we're going to see a lot of goals, but that first one, the Dutch get it, it'll give them some more confidence, which they badly need. And of course, if France get it, they could start to really turn it on.
Holland try to turn it on now as Reisiger moves forward and finds Jordi. Zidane dispossessed him. Djorkaeff. There's one for Loco to chase, but he slipped as he took off. Easy for Bochada. Cock, a part-time player, remember, he's a civil engineer back in Holland. And when he plays semi-professionally, there's a great ball for Kluivert. Laurent Blanc gets across and just did enough. But Kluivert has taken up some great positions already, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, as we would expect. He's only 19 years of age. I mean, his career's just starting. But he's strong and he's powerful and he loves making those runs. And it's something that Bergkamp, although he makes them, he doesn't really make them to the same effect. So I think this is a much better balanced Dutch side. I said it before the game, and I feel this, if this side gets a result here, it could really be dangerous to win this competition.
Holland's first corner, midway through the half. Over Bochada's head and net! Oh, that should have been the first goal, and De Boer knows it. They seem to be all attracted to the big men like Bochada. They left De Boer unmarked on the far post, and he couldn't finish. Well,
it's Gerhan here, he just ball watches and he doesn't jump, and what a chance that was. And you know, although Cocu is playing out on the left side, he is a centre forward as well, so he'll be disappointed he didn't at least hit the target. To be fair to the goalkeeper Lama, he did just enough to put him off.
Given away to Zidane. Brilliant run down the left by Lizarazu. Tempting cross, and Van der Sar's lost it. Karamber. And still Karambeur! We could have had a goal at either end in the space of 60 seconds or less.
This is a tremendous ball for Lizaru, and keeper comes, he can't get it, and he just won't come down for Karambeur, but he has a go. He gets a lucky one, and possibly would be disappointed he couldn't keep the second one down.
Name evidently means angry man, and he'll certainly be angry with himself for that miss.
But he certainly covers the ground, Alan. He's got a tremendous engine, this guy. He's not just an ordinary midfield player. You know, he will see himself as a player to get in scoring positions and actually finish possibly a little bit better than he did on those two occasions.
So we've seen chance missed by both teams now. 0-0. Place in the semi-final. The winners here, incidentally, will meet the winners of tomorrow's semi-final between Portugal and the Czech Republic of Villa Park. England already through to the last four. If you've been locked away for a trip to Jupiter this week, that'll be news to you. I doubt it to most of the rest of the nation. Zidane. Turon. Jordi moving it back for Deschamps at the intersection. Now Kluivert for Holland. Vichka has a chance to run at defenders. It's something he loves to do. Finds Kluivert. Quick feet from Kluivert to set up the opening. French pile defenders in. Danger threat. Holland have a man down injured. Play goes on with Blint. And Jordi knocks it out of play. So
I think it's Cocu again. He's really in the wars at the moment, this guy. He's spent more time on the stretcher coming off the field and back on. But again, you saw Kluivert there with such a big man. What will he be, 6'2"? Must be all of that.
Yes, he is.
And he's got tremendous feet and tremendous close control, and that's what makes him a little bit different from most centre forwards, at least of that size.
Cocu trying to explain that maybe he wasn't injured by natural forces, but the referee not impressed. Scored 12 goals for PSV last season. Cocu, they were runners-up in the Dutch League to Ajax and won the Dutch Cup as well.
There was nothing wrong with that. It was just, I think, Desai decided to stand on his head. I don't think he meant it, just clumsy challenge. But he's on that stretcher again. He's going over to the other side of the ground this time just to change the scenery for him, because last twice he's been over this side.
And our blimp providing a lovely shot of Anfield scenery. So Cocu, a surprise inclusion in the Dutch team in the first place, has now been off the field twice for treatment, and this time looks pretty shaken. Dutch fans hooting their disapproval, as initially France didn't appear to be about to give them the ball back, but Lama knocked it out of play, so Holland get the throw. All is well in the world again. That's a game that hasn't really taken off yet. We've seen a couple of moments of excitement at either end. Reisiger. That was loose. Deschamps picks it up. Zidane. De Boer for Holland. And as play continues, Cocu is off the stretcher, jogging around the touchline, but still not back on the field. De Boer with lovely skill in the middle. Desai was strong though against Kluivert. Now, Laurent Blanc. Karambeur. This is Turon. first save he's had to make, really, and you couldn't call that a genuine save. Van der Sar, and Cocu, by the way, is back on now. Holland restored to their 11 men. Jokayev for France. Hitchka. Iber trying to time his run here, but it's irrelevant. The ball never came. Thuram read the intentions. Just time for Palmer, playing in the Italian league next season, was with Monaco. Reisiger. Vicious ball for Jordi. A good ball infield to Bergkamp. Well, that must have looked close to the Dutch supporters at the opposite end of the ground anyway.
Good skills this from Jordi Cruyff. But in the end, this, although it may have flattered to deceive, I think it was a cross from Bergkamp, but there was absolutely nobody within about 10-15 yards of that area.
The goal against Switzerland, of course. Bergkamp is 25th in 48 internationals for Holland. He's doing well to win it back there. Determined challenge by little Guerin. And now Jokayev and Zidane. Jokayev again. It's all fizzling out where it matters most for both sides.
It really is, Alan. In the final third, the passing has just gone astray. It's been either a little bit too strong for the forwards, or the forwards, when they've had good balls played in, haven't really found the touch and the control that you'd expect for players of this class. And there's no excuse with the pitch, because it's perfect.
It is, like most of the stadia for these championships, reseeded, and the weather did the rest. I must say, I think England can be proud of the way we've staged these championships so far. One or two initial hiccups perhaps, but since then the pitches, the stadiums, the hospitality and the efficiency of the championships have been a credit to our game and those who organised Euro 96. 15 minutes to half-time in this quarter-final. Cocu dumped to the ground by Karunga. Tried to take the free kick quickly. The referee wants the ball replaced. Now the keeper has had a serious save to make yet, or even a semi-serious one. Well, in the days of Ronald Koeman, this would have been a problem for Le Mans. Maybe it still will be. Hitchka steps up to hit one from a great distance, but I don't think Ronald Koeman would have been too pleased with that. And offside as it's chipped back in. I don't think Hitchka was too pleased with it either.
Yeah, we haven't really seen that many good free kicks, but that certainly wasn't one of them. But the French come out very, very quickly here, and they catch the Dutch forwards offside. I think it's Kluivert.
Jokayev for France. Karambeur, who took it beautifully on the chest. Now Zidane. Karambeur. Still Zidane. Lovely little ball infield to Thuram. And Thuram's cross played in behind Loco was well placed. Now across the line, it's a throw in. Zidane. Foul by Bochada. Moving forward, both Laurent Blanc, who's got a tremendous reputation as a goal scorer, and Desailly, who knocked them out of the way. Jokayev takes it. It's Laurent Blanc who gets up well. Holland defended even better. here. That will have hurt. Djorkaeff got it smack on the head. And not quite as painful as where Nadal, the Spanish player, received the ball at great pace in the Wembley game. But we'll be seeing stars, stripes, and quite a few other things for the moment. Danny Blind for Holland. The man strikes up again for them. Blind. Great rendition of the Liverpool anthem, You'll Never Walk Alone, sung enthusiastically by the Dutch supporters before the match here, perhaps trying to get the Scousers on their side. Of course, everyone remembers Holland's superlative performance against the Republic of Ireland in that playoff match. Now, Thuram for France. 12 minutes to half-time, still 0-0. Karambeu. Guerin. Deschamps. Blanc. This is Loco. And again from the throw-in. Thuram in support. And the back heeler almost found him. Guerin. They don't shake Bogarde off easily. Awesome figure he is. In fact, his family could have a team. I gather he's one of 13 children. A team and a couple of subs. Now Bogarde trying to hold off Djorkaeff, given away to Blind. Here's De Boer for Holland. His family don't have a team as well, of course. His twin unable to play because of injury in these championships, and his father was a Dutch international. Now Laurent Blanc for France. De Sailly. Given away to De Boer. Michka. Djorkaeff. Thuram. Djorkaeff again. Deschamps, that was a vital challenge by Blind, but it's broken loose to Djorkaeff. Well, to give it a bit more than that, I think, to beat Van der Sar from that range. 10 minutes to half-time. Kevin, what do you make of it?
Well, I think all the actors are out there, but the plot's not quite right. You know, I thought it would be a much quicker game. I thought there would be a lot more entertaining football in the last third, but at the moment they're cancelling each other out. If anything, I would think the Dutch would be more pleased after getting beat 4-1, just to steady the ship, if you like.
France have it back with Zidane. Djorkaeff. Lizarazu overlapping for him. He's taken the defender away and opened up space. Good defending in the middle by Bogarde. Now Bergkamp for Holland, back in his favoured position behind the striker. The striker as it is tonight. Kluivert really a lone figurehead and a lovely return ball, but inevitably Bergkamp offside.
Yeah, he was offside, but that's Bergkamp at his very best. Takes on his man, plays a 1-2 and exploits the pace, the space in behind. But if you just look, he's just too quick for himself here. And he's about a yard offside. And he didn't need to go that quick. He had all the time in the world to get in there.
Karambeu. Well, he has got pace, so has Bogarde, mind you. Sensible kick clear by Van der Sar. Jacquet, the French coach, took over after the side failed to qualify for the 1994 World Cup finals and hasn't lost a match since. Awkward ball there, and it breaks here for Loco. Djorkaeff's in the middle, and he's played it in behind him and the on-rushing Guerin. That was certainly a chance there after that Dutch mistake. Djorkaeff beaten this time by Bogarde. Holland got away with it. Jordi. Bergkamp's onside. Well, I think he was looking for Kluivert, but he was about 10 yards behind the ball. Jokeya, Zidane. Couldn't find Lizarazu. However, England play their way out of a dangerous situation with some style. Reisiger. Good play by both players there. Reisiger with a great run.
Well, suddenly, Alan, in the space of a couple of minutes, we see more action than we've seen in the whole of the first half. He's timed it perfectly this time, but it's on his left side, and his first touch really takes him away. And then he's looking for Kluivert, and unfortunately he's not pulled it back far enough.
As you can see, he wasn't even in the picture there, Kluivert. That's how far off receiving that pass he was.
Yeah, you're really looking for Bergkamp there to go on his own, but his first touch took him to his left. I don't think he wanted that. And then he was looking to bail out because he obviously missed his chance.
Ball chipped forward here to Deschamps, headed away by Vichka. Ojeda completes the clearance, but Karamba has it for France. In the middle, Loco. Great turn! My word, that could have been some goal. The way he lost the defender there, it reminded me of a certain K. Dalglish who used to do that regularly down that end.
Certainly did. What the difference is, probably Kenny might have scored, but look at his strength. He's holding off Bogarts here. It's not easy, and in one touch turns, and if this is on target, far corner, it's a goal. Just a few minutes earlier, about a minute earlier, he had a chance. I don't think he realised what a great position he was in, Alan, and he turned away from the goal. Didn't realise that the defender had slipped.
Loco actually scored the winner the last time these sides met in January 1995 in Utrecht in Holland. Offside at the other end.
Can't really make my mind up about Jordi Cruyff's performance in this championship so far, Alan. I would say possibly in and out. He's sometimes done very good things, but he's been out the game for long periods, and he's sometimes done quite naive things. But he's young, and he's bound to get better.
Karamba stretching the Dutch defence. Blind reading the danger. And here's Jokeya. Turon. Ojeda. Excellent play by him. Now the goal. We looked for help. Cavalry was not appearing on the brow of the hill, and now he's in trouble. The French have the ball back with Deschamps. Desailly. Guérin. Now Lizarazu in the sunshine on that far side, the Cameron Road stand at Anfield. Deschamps. Lizarazu. Zidane. He's done well here. But Reisiger made sure that Lizarazu couldn't get the cross in.
I think two things have to happen for the French to really start asserting authority on this match. This man on the ball now, Zidane, has got to get more in the game. For me, he's been one of the disappointments so far for France. And the other one is Djurkaeff. You know, he again has been very influential in the other games that the French have played, and he's struggling to find space out there. If they get those two into the game, along with the other players like Camembert is playing very well, and Loco's doing a good job up front for them, then they could cause more problems for the Dutch. But they're the two who are too quiet, and I'm sure Amy Jackie won't be pleased with their performances in this first half.
Cocu. Ojeda and Blind in the final 4 minutes of the half. 0-0. Reisiger. Well, they're happy to go back to keep possession. Wrong. Blind for Holland, the captain. Reisiger. Kluivert, who looked seen much of the ball in the last 10-15 minutes. Holland do play it beautifully from deep defensive positions. There's no sign of anyone wanting to just cut the ball upfield. Always looking for a man like this. It's lovely to watch at times. And there's a great ball for Cocu. This cross comes in behind Bergkamp. And Bergkamp tries to set it up for De Boer. It's a good attack by Holland. It's not over yet. Witschke. Well played. Cocu. Witschke whips it in towards Yori on the far post. Headed clear though by Lizarazu. Now Zidane. Blanc. There he goes again with that little spurt of acceleration. Does he trip? The referee says no. Goal kick. He seems to play the game at a stroll and then just flies away.
Great example for any youngsters watching it. He isn't blessed with a lot of pace, but what he does do very well is he changes his pace. He seems to glide and people think they've picked up his pace, and then he'll just find extra half yard. And that's usually enough to take him away from forwards.
So we're approaching the final minute of the first half at Anfield in this European Championship quarter-final. Still nothing between them. Here's Blind. Some space down the right now for Reisiger as Jordi takes away the left back. Reisiger's run into a cul-de-sac though. Desailly bring it forward. Iran. Deschamps takes it on. This looks a promising attack. They've got a lot of men forward. Loco is one of them. And again, it all fizzles out in the danger area. Kluivert. Good. Oh, what about that for the ball? Bergkamp. Kluivert in a good position. He wanted it early. It's pulled back instead, and Cocu hit that. And as he did, he was challenged, and I think the tackle was all important.
It certainly was, and it's from Deschamps, and he worked really hard here. Bergkamp does everything right. Beautiful layback, and the defender, Deschamps' second favourite here, but he just does enough.
It's been some glorious build-up play from Holland. As yet, nothing on the end. Deschamps. Holland settling though into their style. The better team certainly they did at Wembley. Reisiger. Here's Blind. Witschke. We say they were pretty awful at Wembley, which is true. It was England's superb performance that made it so. Never forget that. It's half-time at Anfield. France 0, the Netherlands 0. Chances for both teams, certainly, but as yet, the deadlock unbroken. We'll be back soon. Get the second half underway, and for all those chances Holland had, I suppose you'd say it's no great surprise that the French have kept a clean sheet. They did so in 8 of their 10 qualifying games and conceded in fact just 2 goals in those 10 matches, and defence has been the hallmark of their long unbeaten run. The Dutch attacking the top end in this second half. Blind. to it by Lizarazu. Now Deschamps. Blanc. Jokayev pulls away, but Bohada gets there first. Karambur, who looks tremendously athletic, supple sort of player. Touron, a stronger man down the right, and showing a good bit of technique as well. Jokayev looking for Giran in the box. Oh, that was an incisive move.
Well, the French have started off in the first minute far, far brighter than they did in the first half. And that was a great little ball there. Probably watch De Boer, I think it is, who runs with him and just does enough to stop Giran. He just gets in there. Ronald De Boer, what a great example he is as a captain. He really does put some work.
A man who has a medal already from last season. His team, Paris Saint-Germain, won the European Cup Winners' Cup. Reisiger missed his team's big European final, of course. He was suspended for the Champions League final. Bergkamp, whose goals for Arsenal made sure they are going to be in Europe next season. He certainly did a lot to ensure that. In fact, his goal in the last game of his I think it was, did ensure they finished high enough for the UEFA. Here's Reisiger for Holland. And Kluivert. This is Jordi. Bergkamp beaten to it. Giran. Jokayev. And I think there was a handball there against Jokayev. Yes, that's the decision. Most peculiar, and I think Karambur is going to get himself yellow carded for that, and that, I would say, is just about the daftest caution of the whole championships.
It puts him out the next game if they get through. That's right. Even more stupid, Alan. That really was a booking for nothing.
What a ridiculous way to get yourself in a position where you can't play in the semi-final if your country gets there. Totally unnecessary. Ohada. Vichka turns it on. Touron beaten this time by Koku. Here's Deschamps for France. Good play by Vichka. He was really determined to win that. Harsh decision, but I suppose that's different interpretation that you get from the referees of some countries.
Well, I'm usually wrong, but I didn't think that was a foul. And when I sometimes see him in replay, I just thought he went for the ball. He had every right to. And he's ended up getting a free kick given against him. Fortunately, he hasn't booked him, which I suppose would have really rubbed salt in his wounds. He's just saying they didn't do anything with.
Would have rubbed salt in the wounds because he, like Karambur, is one of those carrying a caution into this game. Four in the starting lineup for France and 3 in the Netherlands starting 11 who have a caution already. Karambur. Zidane. Now Giran. Karambur. Oh, good play by Ducoq. Well, the French have started brightly here. Touron. Jokayev. Didn't quite force it through. But Holland can't get the ball off them at the moment. Touron. And now Holland have it back. What can they do with it though? Koku. This is Bergkamp. Foul given against Karambur for the challenge on Bergkamp, and he better be careful. He seems to be playing on a bit of anger at the moment, Karambur, after his yellow card.
Yeah, I sometimes feel when players know they're going to miss the next game, if they let that thought and that frustration come out, and it's a tackle from behind. He doesn't get the ball. He gets a little bit of it, to be fair. The problem is that Bergkamp stayed down, and he's not one for staying down if he's not hurt.
A stretcher call for. A few hearts in North London miss a beat, no doubt. was a huge success, Bergkamp, of course, in his first season for Arsenal. Scored 16 goals and has credited the Premiership with improving his game.
And I think, to be fair, Alan, he was in Italy and he was absolutely lost there. And he's come back to life in the English game. I don't think there's any real malice in this. He does get the ball, actually. But I think it's the way he's twisted, either his ankle or his knee, on impact that's caused him the problems.
Bit of ice on the ankle tonight, but will there be ice in the celebratory drinks? That's what the Dutch will be wondering. In goes the ball. Van der Sar, or rather Lamar at the other end, who hasn't had a great deal to do, makes an easy catch.
He's just looking there. He's looking at the ground, Lamar. A lot of players are slipping on that pitch. It's been noticeable. The French have had a real job standing up on it, especially Djurkaeff, because he's got, his turns quickly.
Zidane, Djurkaeff, and now Loco sets it up for Karambeur. Guérin takes over, and the chip to the far post, too deep for Djurkaeff, who vents his frustration at his teammate, who looked as though he was going to burst into tears. Excusez-moi.
It's a great situation. He's looking for something, but obviously not that. That's let the French down all evening, really, as it's been the final ball. They've got in some good situations, not that many, but when they have, they've wasted them with poor delivery.
Anfield, as you may never have seen it before, looking absolutely splendid. Zidane. Harder knows he's got Turon thundering up behind him. He'll have to use his goalkeeper. Saïd. Lizarazu. And sees some space. And sees Karambeur out on the right. Loco and Zidane making an early run into the box. And so too is Djurkaeff. It was a disappointing end to the attack.
Discussing at half-time that we felt both of these teams had cancelled each other out. One of my theories is that they all know each other so well now. The mystique's gone a little bit. We see them on TV so much. They play in the same leagues, a lot of them in Italy and places like that. Some of them obviously here in England, which is lovely to see. But there's nobody you don't know anymore. There's no one really going to surprise you.
I think the cock surprised Bohard then with that ball, but he managed to rescue it. And a good ball out, and Blint makes a rare sortie into the other half. Cocu. Blint driving forward again. Bergkamp. 5-6 orange shirts visible in this attack as Kluivert is beaten to it. Turon. The ball coming back in immediately from Cocu. Now Karambeur. Zidane, of all people, back in his own penalty area. Dispossessed by Jordi. And then Desailly thundering into the tackle. And the French forced to backpedal a little. Harder in trouble for a moment, but his pace and power got him out of danger. Vichka. Cocu. Opened out for Reisiger. He has Jordi out on the right. In the second half gone, still 0-0 here. Danny Blind for Holland. Kluivert, Bergkamp, brilliant skill, unlucky. Okafor did well there, he won the ball, surely that was
This referee's made a few strange decisions, and that's another one. That was just strength from De Boer, and he's every right to be angry with Mr. Nieto there. He really said to him there, "Sorry, senor, but you're wrong."
I think the coach wasn't too pleased either. That looked as though it was the start of an attack for Holland. But they've got the ball back again now with Blind and Bohada. The Dutch fans trying to raise the decibels here. Their team try to raise the pace of the game. Ooh, for Lamar, I'm not quite sure what he meant to do there. No? Now, Karamba. An early ball, and Loco couldn't get there. Good goalkeeping by Van der Sar. Vichka. That's promising. Cocu, but excellent defending by Laurent Blanc.
The game's opening up now, Alan, as we would expect. I mean, somebody's got to go out and win this game, and I don't think they'll want to go to extra time and penalties like we had in the first game this afternoon. Both sides have so many players who can be match winners that it really is nice to see them starting to try and exploit the potential of those players.
Yes, just in case anyone doesn't know by now, if these quarter-finals or indeed semi-finals end up level after 90 minutes, we have half an hour's extra time. But if there is a goal scored before the half an hour has elapsed, that goal will be the winner. It'll be all over at that point. If there isn't, as happened at Wembley, of course, it will go to the traditional penalty shootout. Laurent Blanc. Turn by Zidane. Loco couldn't reach it. Well, it was rather untidy defence by Holland, but effective. Clarence Seedorf is on the touchline for Holland, seemingly about to come on. And it might be Bergkamp, who's been limping around, clearly in some distress since that earlier injury, and he's not running freely. It might be him who he replaces, we shall see. Here's Deschamps. Bohada gets it away.
I would have thought if that does happen, Alan, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see De Boer, who can play just anywhere, and I mean anywhere. I don't know if he's liking goals, but he plays everywhere else outfield. I wouldn't be surprised to see him push up a little bit more.
Jordi has it back for Holland. They can't make the substitution yet. Seedorf is waiting on the halfway line to come on. The ball's still in play, of course. Zidane. This is the clock. Bohada. Blind. A bit untidy in midfield. France get the benefit. Jokayev. Good ball for Zidane. And now Bergkamp is indeed the player who will be replaced by Clarence Seedorf.
En hij wordt vervangen door nummer 4, Clarence Seedorf.
Well, that's unfortunate, the Arsenal player, but he was always in trouble from the moment he twisted himself in that challenge and didn't look happy. Seedorf back on. Not a bad guy to have as a replacement, is he?
Well, you look on both benches. I'm interested to see if Dugarry will play any part again, because I do think he's the key to the French side up front. He gets hold of the ball, but obviously if he doesn't show, he's injured, and that's one of the problems teams are encountering now. And it's only 3 days between games, and people like Bergkamp, with whatever injury he's got, it's not enough time to recover.
Incidentally, when Holland did beat the Irish here in that playoff, I remember Seedorf was one of the stars of the show, along with Kluivert. And he's listening to you, obviously, the French coach, Kevin. The moment you say it, Dugarry appears on the touchline. What influence you have?
Well, Mr. Jacques is within about 50 yards of me. I don't know if you heard me, but this could be unlucky 13 for Holland, because this guy does make them tick, I feel, the way he plays. He holds the ball up, which they desperately need. Loco can't do that. He's a different type of player.
Karambou keeps France moving forward. Desailly. Loco, is he about to be replaced? This might be his last chance for a bit of glory if he is. Desailly. Jokayev. Thuram overlapping down the right. Lots of white shirts in the box here. And the cross almost picked out Zidane. It's good clearance by Blind. And the free kick has been given against the Dutch. Again, unfairly, I think.
What this referee's doing here tonight is taking out any physical presence at all in the game. I don't think there's anything wrong with that challenge. The coach is going absolutely berserk, and he's got every right to. That was a fair challenge. He had every right to challenge the ball enough, and even the French can't believe they got a free kick here.
Very harsh decision. The free kick, that is, not the substitution. Patrice Blocco is about to be replaced by Christophe Dugarry, who has been suffering from an inflamed Achilles tendon. Maybe that was the reason he didn't start the game. But he's on to try and provide a bit of threat to Holland now. Scored the winner, remembering their opening game, the French, against Romania.
He didn't know much about it, but he certainly scored the winner.
Yeah. So, can France produce a bit of magic from this free kick? Laurent Blanc, Jokayev and Zidane all around the ball. Zidane hits it! Oh, that was close. Looked it from here anyway.
Be interesting to see if Zidane actually gets more involved in the game now. He's used to playing with Dugarry at club level. At least he was. They're both moving. But this is very, very close. I mean, far, far closer than I think even the goalkeeper thought. He just rolled across it.
Hasn't managed to touch yet since coming on. Here's Zidane, and Dugarry will get his first touch, will he? No, beaten to it by the Coq, but he earns his team a corner, and that's useful. And the heavy artillery trundles forward for France. Laurent Blanc, Desailly and Thuram.
The pendulum swung, hasn't it? France are now the team in the ascendancy, and we've very rarely seen the Dutch get into even the Kop end of this ground at the moment.
Saïd tried to flick it on, Blind bravely defended. Lizarazu couldn't keep it in play. Showing his strength. There's no room in that half of the field. Glorious little ball though for Dugarry, who was caught. It was a clumsy challenge by the Coq. He's trying to protest his innocence, but I think the referee was right this time.
I think he's given it the other way. I can't believe it, but I think that's what he's pointing to.
You're right. Well, the Spanish have had a bad day. Their team this afternoon, their referee tonight. What can you say? What can you add to that expression?
Dutch is not one of my languages, but I can guess what he's saying there.
Well, we apologise to any Dutch viewers of a nervous disposition and good lip readers. Thuram. Looking for Zidane over his head, away by de Kock. Now Didier Deschamps. There's Desailly. Dugarry. Tries again, well played. You're not supposed to do that until the match is over.
You do that when you score a goal. At least most players do. But since Dugarry comes on, he's lively, isn't he? He makes super runs in the channel, and he has got strength, which I think is something that Loco hasn't got. And you need strength to battle people like Riesiger and that. They're strong boys, these Dutch.
Cocu going forward, hasn't seen much of the ball in this half. They've been a little ineffective down both flanks, frankly. The Dutch, they've built beautifully through the middle of midfield. Not a great deal of danger from the wings, but France providing some danger from the wings now. There's a superb run by Thuram. but so was the tackle that stopped him.
Yeah, great tackle there from Danny Blind. He's still got a lot of pace. He's 35 years of age, but he's got pace and he reads it well, and that's enough.
French seem to be getting on top, though, Kevin.
Certainly seen a swing this second half. They came out much more positive. I think the Dugarry substitution's a masterstroke.
And here is Dugarry for France. He did well. Oh, Van der Sar in a bit of trouble. One-handed. He must have been caught in two minds as to whether to just pour that away, because as far as he was concerned, it could have gone in, I suppose, or gone to another player.
Great run from Dugarry. I mean, actually, if he'd have missed it, there's no danger there, because I think it was Djorkaeff came near post, but they're lively now, and there's been a swing. It really has, and a big swing towards the French.
Zidane. Dugarry. Lifted forward for Zidane by Djorkaeff, but that's goal kick.
He's been a lot quieter tonight than we've seen him in the other games. Up at St James's Park in the first game I saw him, it's really the first chance I've seen him live. I've seen him score goals obviously on TV and satellite TV. But he was really lively, he was running at people. He's been shackled more effectively tonight by the Dutch.
Dugarry has made a difference already. Here's Djorkaeff now. That was a deliberate foul, and it's got to bring the card, surely, for the goal. Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely a bookable offence. He doesn't get the ball, and he just takes the man. Unfortunately for him, De Boer is behind him. Had he not been, it could be a red card. It could be a sending-off offence, that one. But he's played very well, Johan de Kock, tonight. I think a lot of people were surprised to see him in the starting lineup, but he's been very effective for them at the back.
And the Sar could be called upon to show his skills here.
Well, Zidane was very close last time, wasn't he? It was a terrific free kick, so he'll fancy it again as well.
By the time the referee has finished getting the wall in shape, Zidane steps over it, Djorkaeff hits it, Deschamps onto the rebound, and headed away by Guérin for a goal kick. Holland going to make another change, obviously. And we think it's going to be Jordi who comes off here. He has had a disappointing night, hasn't he?
He has. He's been very ineffective. I don't think he really is a right winger, which is the position that he's been asked to play. I certainly think he's got tremendous ability, but I'm not sure we've seen that in the position he's been played in this side. But Aaron Winter will give them a lot more solidarity in midfield. He's got a tremendous engine at the best of times, but coming on with fresh legs, he'll be looking to get forward at every opportunity, and he'll certainly be able to work back. That's never been a problem for him.
So Winter on for Jordi. Winter, the most capped player in the Dutch squad. This is his 58th appearance for them. Reisiger for Holland. Trapped between his feet. Winter gets his first touch, and now Seedorf, the other substitute. The ball, lovely ball. Seedorf. It was inventive. Didn't quite come off, but unlucky. De Boer has the ball back. 20 minutes to go. Goalless. France 0, Netherlands 0. Lizarazu for France. Zidane. Seedorf worked really hard to deny Lizarazu then, and gets a free kick, in fact.
bench. You've got one other player on the bench who they could bring on, and that's Pedros, who's got a lovely sweet left foot on him. And I saw him play for Nantes when they won the championship the year before last in France, and he's got a wand of a left foot. We haven't seen him at all in this competition so far.
Nice flick on there by De Boer. And a little push, which wasn't so nice, and has earned the free kick. Complaints unjustified, I think, this time.
Here's a player you'd want in your team every day of the week. Not that one, although you wouldn't mind him as well. But Ronald De Boer. He really doesn't know what it's like. I mean, his pride would have took a terrible battering against England the other night. But he's come back here today and he just wants to put that out in his mind and get on with it, and he's doing that very well.
Reisiger brings Holland forward. The team who denied Scotland the place in the finals, of course, and Craig Brown, the Scottish manager, amongst the spectators here at Anfield tonight. Karambeur, that's a glorious ball. Jokeya. Zidane and Dugarry both in a good position. He looks for Dugarry, far post. And he's kept it in play, has he? No, the linesman has flagged. Goal kick.
I think what he's complaining about there is he feels it should have been a corner. It seemed as if he knocked it against Winter, whoever it was. I think it was Winter.
Vicka for Holland. Seedorf. De Boer. Kluivert, you haven't seen a great deal of him either, and wasn't the best ball, he's got away with it. Vicka. Cocu. And again, that left flank, not really on the same wavelength. Thuram coming forward for France. Dugarry. This is Zidane. This looks promising for the French, but the shot in that range probably wasn't the best option. For a repeat performance of what happened at Wembley this afternoon? Is this quarter-final also going to go to extra time and maybe the drama of penalties? Too many shots on target, certainly not from the Netherlands.
They're probably more happy they haven't conceded any goals after what happened to them the other night at Wembley.
Dugarry had a little push in the back then from Bohada. Free kick to France. And two well-matched, evenly matched sides cancelled each other out. They both had little periods of ascendancy, only for the other team to then take over again, although in this second half, France have looked the better side. Here's Jokeya. Lizarazu. Slid in to Dugarry, who was hauled down by Bohada. Now he will say that the forward was backing into him. They're always difficult to read for referees, and anyone knows, but it's a free kick.
It's a great ball in here from Djurkaeff, and this is where he's different to Loco. He'll stand up. He's a little bit more like, I suppose English people would relate to in the English league anyway, Mark Hughes. He puts his backside in and he stands his ground. He doesn't get shoved off the ball. Probably fortunate to get a free kick here. This is a dangerous area.
I think I'm right in saying that so far in the championships only one goal has been scored direct from a free kick, and that was Stoichkov for Bulgaria. Are we about to see another here by the French? Zidane straight into the wall.
Well, when they make the video of good free kicks in this European 96.
It won't be a bestseller, will it?
It'll only last about 30 seconds. There just hasn't been many.
Be like the video of famous Belgians. Now Vichka's in a bit of trouble here.
The official attendance for tonight's quarter-final is 37,465. 37,465.
I don't know if you caught the PA announcer there. The official attendance at Anfield tonight, 37,465.
And in 1971, when I made my debut, Alan, we had 26,000 in the Cop End. Incredible to think, really.
I've got to tell you, I was one of them.
I bet you bunked in, I bet you didn't pay.
Yeah, some things never change. But Holland have a bit of a problem here. Do they make a change now or wait? Because, of course, they have to face the possibility of extra time looming large now. Less than 15 minutes away. That had gone over the line there. And Dugarry, it'll be a throw. There's frantic signals from the Dutch medical team, and I think they are going to have to make a change here, Kevin. It looks like he's not coming back on.
No, they got the signals on, change, something drastic's happened there.
Something drastic could happen for Holland here as Seedorf goes forward. A good ball! Oh, Kluivert must have been very close to making contact. Here's Cocu. And that's a foul, free kick to Holland.
Brilliant defending there from Thuram again. Came in, I mean, Kluivert must have thought he was going to have a hell of a chance getting on the end of that, and he slipped inside in front of him, as good defenders must do.
Clearly, Vichka's not going to play any further part in this game, and with him and Bergkamp both taken off injured, if Holland do get through, they might have some feverish work to do to get a full squad ready for the semi-final, but that is not the priority. They've got to win here first. Ball chipped up, and the header across goal was pretty close, to be fair, by Johan de Kock.
I'm just thinking, if they get through, they got losing so many players here. I wonder if he'll make a phone call back to the Netherlands and ask Davids if he fancies coming back.
Sorry, Edgar, I didn't mean it really. Yeah, come back and we'll be good friends again. Dugarry also in trouble for the French here, having not been on for more than, what, 10, 15 minutes at the most.
He'll take absolutely no further part in the game because he's gone straight down the tunnel. It's possibly that injury he's had with his Achilles, and it's gone completely back into it.
So if it was a gamble to put him on, it's a gamble that has failed. Pedros, the man that Kevin Keegan mentioned, is going to come on in his place. The substitute is about to be substituted.
This is the guy I was saying has got a lovely left foot, and he really did excite me when I saw him play for Nantes.
Lit for Holland. Cocu on the left. Kluivert!
He has a look around there to see if he was offside, because if you miss a chance like this, sometimes you wish you were. There's nothing wrong with him getting up and put the timings out, as you would expect for someone who's missed so much football.
There's going to be a change made by the Dutch. In fact, it looks like they're on one already here. Big Yuri Mulder coming on for the injured Vichka. And now Pedros is on for another casualty, Dugarry.
Start to wonder with all these changes and half an hour extra time looming up, Alan, whether there'll be anyone left to take penalties. They're going down like 9 pins, is it?
That Lou. Karambor went in dangerously then. That was a free kick.
Yuri Mulder plays his football in Germany, in Schalke, and He's a real typical sort of English style centre forward, big, burly, he charges around, and he's got a little turn of foot, he's got a bit of pace.
Yeah, big, powerful lad. He's a great favourite with the Dutch fans, I know. Wholehearted sort of player, but as you say, with good technique as well. Goal kick, and we are less than 10 minutes away from extra time here at Anfield. Ojada's clearance. Arambur almost reduced to a defensive role at the moment because of the various changes the French have had to make. Pedros gets his first touch, back to Blanc. And now Desailly. Oh, he's given it away to De Boer, but the whistle has saved him any further embarrassment. Free kick.
I've got to say it again, Alan, this referee's seen things that not only I can't see from up here, but it's baffling a lot of the players on both sides. Again, I didn't see anything really wrong with that.
Strangely enough, most of the decisions seem to have gone against Holland as well. No wonder Hiddings getting frustrated down there on the touchline. Here's Pedros, caught in possession by Mulder. Now De Boer. Winter. Foul on him by Guerin. Ojada. Cocu. Danny Blind. Ojada sees a chance to move forward, but it just as quickly evaporates. And pulling men back behind the ball at the merest sight of danger. But here's Mulder, the substitute. Cocu and Kluivert well placed in the box, but he's run into the considerable figure of Thuram, who's had another excellent game. But still danger for France here. Desailly's clearance, and the whistle's gone again.
He's given handball, I think.
He has. Right on the edge of the box, and that must have been inches, or centimetres perhaps we should say, away from a penalty.
I think it's inside the box.
Oh, it was.
And he's right on the line. You can see that because he's actually straight vertically, what, 15 yards away on the edge of the box. He really, well, he bottled it for me.
Certainly consistent with some of his other curious decisions today. If he saw that clearly enough, it surely should have been a penalty, not a free kick that is almost on the line there in the D on the edge of the penalty area.
Well, if you were to place a free kick anywhere you wanted to, you'd place it somewhere around here, I think. You know, you can bend it in the left, put it in the right, you know, do all sorts of things from this area.
Can Holland produce the breakthrough from this free kick? The wall will charge out the moment the ball's in play. Cocu hits it! It's inches away as it's deflected wide from producing the first goal. I honestly thought that was on its way in.
I think everybody did, especially Lama, because what can a goalkeeper do when he gets a deflection like this? You just got to sit and watch it. Actually clips the post.
Corner could have been a goal. Pedros gets clear. Gets it clear now, I should say. Here's Seydor for Holland. And the ball given away to Pedros. Zidane. Lizarazu. That's a poor ball, easy for the keeper. Holland lifted by that near miss. And they've got another injury though. Johan de Kock is limping towards the touchline here as Holland go forward themselves with Mulder. He's off the pitch receiving treatment at the moment, and Holland have got another free kick.
this is as close to France can ever go to going out. If they win tonight, they'll look on that incident as being the turning point, because it could have so easily have gone into the corner. Lama could do nothing about it.
Holland back to 11 men as the cock takes his place, in fact, for the free kick. Seedorf hammering it into the near post. Kept in play brilliantly. Corner. And Holland turn the tide of this game back in their favour with 4 minutes to go. France have enjoyed most of the play in this half, but it's Holland coming on strong. Getting up well, and as the goalkeeper made a challenge, the cock in front of him flicked the ball over his head, but out of play.
Excellent corner this from Seedorf. But it's de Kock who gets, he wants just to flick it on, but he gets too much on it. The goalkeeper's actually nowhere.
Well, they've got a few walking wounded out there at the moment, Holland. And of course 2 players whose injuries were serious enough to get them off the field completely. In spite of that, they've had a real revival in the last few minutes. Here's Mulder for them. Ball deflected straight to Lizarazu though. Whoops, the goalkeeper didn't really want that one. It was a bit bizarre at times, Bernard Lamar. And panicked a little then, but it wasn't a very good ball back, I must say. Winter, De Boer, plenty in the box if he can get the cross in. Deschamps got it away. Given away, Zidane. Bohada has to get there ahead of Jokaev. Referee interpret that one. I think he's got that one right. Free kick to Holland. Foul by Jokaev on Bohada, who's not a man you'd trifle with. 2 minutes to go, and it looks as though the second of today's quarter-finals could be heading to extra time. Bohada for Holland. Mulder held off his man well and clips it forward, and Seedorf in a great position here. What a wonder save that was by Lamar. It looked as though a goal had to happen.
Well, this is the best move of the match so far, and it's done the strength of Mulder. He holds it up, great ball through. You really think he's going to score. The goalkeeper has to do, spread himself, does it tremendously, and then he gets the bit of fortune that his bravery deserves, and it just bounces over the bar.
Miraculous save from Lamar. Holland have a corner, a minute to go. I think there was a yellow card shown there to Kluivert. I don't know if he said something, no idea why that should be, but he seems to have been cautioned. On the near post goes up for the ball, and it's headed back in by De Boer and almost off the line. But France have it back, and the immediate danger has gone, and indeed they're looking particularly sharp in this counter-attack. Deschamps is brought down then, and Bohada is in trouble with the referee.
I think he's very unlucky here again. I haven't seen it in slow motion, but I don't think he made hardly any contact there, and that's what I think he's saying in perfect Spanish.
And it appears to be the second yellow card in quick succession for Dutch players. I say appears because we suspect that Kluivert was also booked.
That was a mistake from the referee. He wasn't within a foot of getting the ball, or the player there for that matter.
Is Zidane. Deschamps takes the French forward. Pedros. Lizarazu is up in support, and he touched off his own player. So that's a goal kick. Everyone was expecting a corner then, and I hesitated because, in all honesty, I think it should have been a corner. He's amazed.
Well, he's consistent, Alan. He's getting everything wrong. I mean, that was a corner. There's no doubt about it. Watch this. Look.
Yeah, that's what I thought happened. It happened in slow motion. Everyone was expecting a corner, goal kick given. Hitting, even though the decision went in his favour, was still on his feet saying, what is this guy up to? Karamba. Clint going in strongly. Holland sweep forward again, a minute and a half almost of stoppage time played. Reisiger arms it down. No one wants to do anything foolhardy now, obviously. Keep the ball. Settle for extra time, I think. And the Dutch, psychologically, will go into it stronger, perhaps, than the French, having hit the post and had a very good 10-15 minutes here. Challenge there on Mulder has given them a free kick as well. I got the ball, says Laurent Blanc. Free kick, says the ref.
That does not matter with this referee. If anyone goes down or anything happens within a metre of two players getting in tackles, anything, it's a free kick one way or the other. And it doesn't matter which way, as long as it's a free kick.
Holland have loaded the penalty area with players here. They must have 8 men in the box. It's a poor delivery, wouldn't you just know it? And that, in fact, is the end. So we have reached full time with no goals here at Anfield. It means we will go to half an hour's extra time. We won't miss a second of that, of course, but let's take a quick break now. Welcome back to Anfield. Extra time just underway here. And remember, the golden goal rule comes into effect here, and that means quite simply that if there is a goal before the allotted half an hour of extra time, it's all over and the scorer will take his side into the semi-finals. If, however, we do not get a goal in that half an hour of extra time, we will go to penalties. Lamar, who made that vital save at the end from Seedorf, getting the ball a good distance. Djorkaeff. It was ambitious, but it's just about hit the corner flag. That effort from Djorkaeff, who's been a bit disappointing tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, I think I've been disappointed in 2 or 3 French players. I mentioned before Zidane, he still hasn't had any impact on this game at all. But Djorkaeff's had quite a good tournament up to now. Hasn't been able to really get into the positions where I think he's best, which is last third of the field, because the French, although they've had some good play up to that point, has broken down a lot. But you keep thinking the French have got another gear that they can step up, but as yet tonight they haven't been able to do it against the Dutch.
And Ross hasn't been able to get into the game, albeit he's not been on that long as a substitute. He's an exciting player, the long-haired left midfield man. Mulder with a good ball forward. Now danger here. Kluivert has pulled away to the far post, and wouldn't it have just been the romantic story that Holland were looking for if he had managed the winner from De Boer's cross?
Yeah, this is great. De Boer, watch a great player he is. He just waits, got time, delivers a great ball. And it's the technique's not quite there at the moment for Kluivert.
Well, the tension obvious now. One slip could not be more costly. One goal will be the winner. One moment of genius, however, could ensure headlines and glory. A great deal of money in some cases. The Dutch are said to be on £170,000 a man if they actually go on and win this competition, the biggest bonus of any of the competing nations. So that's not enough to put a spring in their stride here in extra time. Nothing is. Kluivert. Bogarde. Seedorf. Kluivert. Seedorf threads it through to Bogarde. The French backpedaling at the moment. Seedorf. Oh, that was almost the perfect ball. Laurent Blanc getting it away. Jokeyev for France. Pedros thundering forward in support, and it's a lovely little return ball, and Zidane is in a great position in the middle, and the defender slipped, and there was the use of a hand by Zidane to Holland's huge relief.
Well, this is the first real chance of the extra time, and it couldn't have fallen to a better person than Pedros down the left, because he has got a great left foot. Just not enough pace on this ball, but still it causes problems. But as Zidane comes in, he uses head and hand.
Pedros again for France. Guérin scampering forward in the inside left position. He switches play to Karambeur on this side. Aimed at Jokeyev, and he had no support. Reiziger for Holland. Let's come back to Pedros again. Reiziger's mistake. And it goes intended for Jokeyev. Too deep, too strong. It's a better ball on Reiziger. Mulder beaten to it though by Desailly. What a colossus he is. Blanc. Jokeyev. Pedros moved inside. Jokeyev hits it straight against Winter. Now, France look menacing. Jokeyev. Zidane in the box. And on this near side, Karambeur, who chose the most difficult ball. But for the moment, it's worked because it's got a corner. Pedros will take the kick. Oh, Van der Sar missed it completely and seemed transfixed to the spot as the ball bounced in front of him.
This is great delivery from Pedros, but I mean, it fools everybody, including Blanc at the far post.
And the million Dutchmen held their breaths at that moment. French contingent, outnumbered but not outsung, getting behind their team now on the far side of the ground, as we've had about 6.5 minutes of this first period of extra time, which could end in an instant.
Although we're disappointed at the lack of goals in this game, we've got to give credit to the defenders, Alan. Really, defenders have been on top from the start in this tournament, and they're continuing that trend. People like Desailly for France and LeBlanc at the back have been tremendous tonight. You know, but there is an art in defending, and they've mastered it.
Now, Holland looking a bit untidy in defence, but they've got away with it. Cocu to Seedorf. Should be the keeper's ball, and is. Calm it down is the message. And the man whose save has done as much as anything to keep the French in there with a shout of a place in the semi-finals. Turan. Zidane. That looks a tasty ball for Pedros, but it's just a bit too high for him to take easily. Foul by Giran. Now Mulder's made a great run here, and it's a lovely ball to pick him out. Good defending by Desailly. What a mountain he is when he's called upon. Pedros. Desailly. Cut out by De Boer. Karambeur shows he can defend as well as attack. He's done well since going into that more withdrawn role. Thuram. Zidane. Deschamps for France. Desailly. Holland have gone back into their shell a little. Forced there by the French. Jokeyev for them. Pedros wanted it played early. Now he gets it back again to Jokeyev, and Pedros still. And still Jokeyev. Good tackle by Bojada, and it had to be. Worrying moments these for the Dutch. Great dummy there by Seydorf. Well, you can imagine what it must feel like for these players, knowing that one mistake would be the end. Mulder. Cocu to Seydorf. Foul. Deschamps holds his hands to his head. And Holland get on with the free kick. Winter. Reisiger. Played in early, but cleared by the big man Desailly. Now Seydorf for Holland. It's their turn to have a little period of possession. Blind. Mulder again peels away into a good position and forced Thuram into the defensive header, which has earned Holland a corner.
Mulder's done very well for the Dutch since he came on. Just his physical presence and his clever little runs have caused problems for the French.
Most of the Dutch support is behind this goal as the clock comes forward inside the 6-yard box. Mulder's there with him, and Kluivert goes in deep. And there's a foul, I think by De Boer, free kick to France, yes. I don't know whether this golden goal rule leads teams to be more or less adventurous during the period of extra time, or whether it makes no difference at all, whether they just still continue to play the game in the same way. It will be an interesting talking point if we see many more of this style of finishing a game. Now, Holland with De Boer. Great interception by Desailly. Blanc. Lizarazu. Pedros. And Pedros continues his run, and it's a lovely return ball to him. Well, I don't think his teammates were too pleased. He looked at the spectacular then. Any thoughts, Kevin, at this stage?
Well, just thinking about what you said there. I mean, what I'm thinking is, he sees the keeper at the far post and he has a goal. But I'm thinking about what you said, and I'm not sure it changes anything. And you know, you've still got the same thing. When you obviously can score, that's it. It's over. And I'd like to see what happens when someone scores in that situation, because it must be sort of, we haven't seen that before. But I don't think we're going to see it. I think it's going to go to penalties again, because neither side really are doing what maybe most people thought they would do in that situation, which is push and harry and try and get the winning goal. They're more concerned about conceding one, it seems.
Zidane for France. Lovely bit of skill, and he clips the ball in, and Goran pulls it back, and Djorkaeff almost got the shot in. Great defending, Bohada. Blanc.
Imagine a defence with Bohada and Desailly in it. I mean, they're two tremendous defenders.
Tanks of men. So is this fella, Thuram. It's a great run by Thuram, who got some power behind that. Guerin twists and turns, no space opens up, so he lays it off to Zidane. Karambeu. Blanc. Thuram given the opportunity to move forward again. Karambeu with him. And the Dutch defend well again. The only time I've seen a golden goal, incidentally, was just over a year ago when Birmingham City won the Leyland Windscreens Trophy. A long way from the European Championships, I know, but...
I desperately wanted to be at that game. I think I had something on that day. It was a christening or something. I think it was anything to be there.
Well, it was a dramatic finish. Actually, it was a full house as well, to be fair. Birmingham Carlisle seems a million light years away, I know, from this day, but that was the golden goal as it was first introduced to Great Britain. Birmingham who got it. Paul Tate, as I remember. Holland amble forward almost. Skill and determination wins the ball back for them. Djorkaeff with a lovely turn. Pedros. Zidane wants it in early. Bohada has lost it. Zidane, this could be the goal, and it could be for Djorkaeff, and it's a brilliant save by Van der Sar. Holland cling on by their fingernails.
Well, Djorkaeff's disappointed. This is the first time we've seen anything from Zidane. What a great ball he pulls back. But I don't think Djorkaeff should blame himself, because this is great goalkeeping. Watch what he does. Spreads himself brilliantly.
Both keepers have performed heroics now. The corner comes in, Karambeu couldn't quite reach it, and the whistle has gone to end the first period of extra time. Still 0-0. Van der Sar, the hero for the moment for Holland. Second period of extra time. It could last 15 minutes, it could last 15 seconds. Mulder for Holland. Seedorf. And Desailly defends well and then gives it away to Winter. Bohada. And again, big Winston Bohada. Trundling forward, leaving it to the substitute Mulder. Reisiger. Reisiger coming forward with menace here. De Boer. Blind. Chipped through for De Boer. Will he reach it in time? Yes. Well played, De Boer. He needs a bit of help. And he gets it from the referee's whistle. I think that's a free kick. Incidentally, apologies at this stage if you're tuning in to watch You've Been Framed. It's not going to be shown because the match here, of course, has gone into extra time and possibly penalty kicks as well. to Holland. Difficult one for the keeper, he did brilliantly there, Lamar, with a barrage of bodies coming at him. Winter. That was a dangerous ball, and again the goalkeeper caught it and very nearly stepped back across the line as well.
Well, it caused him a few problems. I think Winter will be disappointed with that one because he was trying to pull it back, obviously he wasn't shooting. But this goalkeeper, Lama's done everything asked of him in this tournament so far. I know he's a little bit eccentric and he's not the sort of keeper we're used to seeing in England, but he's nevertheless done his job very, very well.
Actually, if it does go to penalties, you never know, you might see him in action because he scored a couple of penalty kicks in French league games for Paris Saint-Germain.
I think I saw him miss one once, hit the post or the bar or something, and he's quite a good sprinter at getting back as well.
Free kick has been given in favour of the Dutch this time. Old Lang Syne, they're singing, but they know something we don't. Seydorf. Poku. Bojada. Seydorf angles it forward. Comes back to Winter, but the free kick has been given and the French are furious. And the Dutch know they've got a chance here. Oh, for Ronald Koeman there without thinking.
Well, again, it's this man, Yuri Mulder. Just his physical presence has given people like Blanc so much trouble. I mean, he's falling over there and he's probably fortunate to get a free kick. But he's contributed tremendously since he come on.
Is this to be the moment when Holland clinch their place in the semi-finals? Set up for Seydorf to hit it, and it deflected away off Deschamps for a corner.
There's no real invention here, is it? Everything we've seen, we keep thinking we're going to see something really different from these free kicks, and in fact they've been really poor, and that's another one in the long line, I'm afraid.
Corner disappointing as well. For Holland. Winter. Kluivert. There's a poor layoff. Now Zidane. Iran lets it run. Pedros. Picks out Djorkaeff. Ooh, great effort. Well saved, Van der Sar. That was some shot.
First time we've really seen Djorkaeff tonight, and what is it, a shot from fully 25-30 yards from an angle, but didn't he hit it well? Great ball from Larius over to him, one touch and smack. The keeper has to be, well, alert.
Seydorf. Well, looks strong enough to hold them all off. However, French have their strong man as well, Thuram amongst them. Delivered forward by him for Zidane. Reisiger read the danger well. It's good play by Holland. We've really got to admire that. Probably football from a difficult situation. The Dutch fans love that. And so they should. A reminder of the situation here. We're into a second period of extra time in this game. We've got 9 minutes of that remaining. But if there is a goal in that 9 minutes, we won't have to play any more. It'll all be over. That'll be the winner. Poku hammers one in. Desailly meets it first. Reisiger. Now Blind. Mulder peels away. And the cross to the near post where Blanc was patrolling for France. This is Deschamps. Lovely skill by Didier Deschamps. Guérin. Jokeyev. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And he gets it back again. Free kick. He has come to life in this extra time, Jokeyev. He's looking a magnificent player. Well, he is, we know that, but he hasn't always proved it tonight.
Whatever happened to bookings and yellow cards? If he books him for this tackle, it's quite a bad one. He's off, isn't he?
That's right.
Is that a yellow card?
Kohada had been cautioned earlier. However, the French may wreak their revenge in the best possible way here. One or two candidates to take this free kick, but Jokeyev seems to be waving them away. I think he wants the action himself here.
Similar position to where Zidane hit that super one that flew just wide of Van der Sar's post. Same goal, about, seems like a few days ago. I'm sure it wasn't.
The French have a chance to get a place in the semi-finals here. There's all kinds of scrapping going on in the wall here. Saw that one out, Mr. Referee. Lamar has deserted his goal at the other end. He's come up to the halfway line to add his 3 francs worth. Jokeyev hits it! Ooh, that was close. A lick of paint or two away. Thick paint, admittedly, and a decent header by the chap behind the goal. If we don't get a goal in the next 7 minutes, we'll have penalties.
I think the one thing we will miss if the Dutch go out on penalties or whatever is this fantastic following they've got here. You know, the beautiful orange colours and the way they've supported the team through thick and thin in this tournament. It's been a great credit to the supporters. They've been tremendous.
Foul there by Zidane.
This referee just doesn't allow any physical strength by anybody at all. He's really been, for me, he's been nitpicking all the time. There's a young man who wants to stay. His dad says we can stay as long as we stay in, so you know what he wants. He's got an orange scarf on.
Mulder's offside here. Free kick. Well, it's a chilly night on Merseyside, but they're feeling the heat out there on the pitch at the moment. You can bet that. The nerves must be taut and stretched, knowing that the game is so close to being won or lost. And with it, of course, a place in the semi-finals of the second biggest tournament in world football.
There's a few South Americans might argue with that.
Let them argue.
Yeah, they're not over there. They can't hear us.
Kluivert coming forward for Holland. Got the touch on, did he? I hope he did, for Lamar's sake. Kluivert also got a crack. And Lamar, very sportingly, kicked it out of play straight away to let him get treatment.
The last thing he wants is another injury. He's feeling his knee there. But the last thing the Dutch want, they're running out of players. He really, if they get through, they're really going to have to find David's number. He's probably got an only in Spain somewhere.
Holland have used all 3 substitutes. So it's coach with a look of concern on his face at the moment, just hitting.
We've even got an orange stretcher for him. No, they haven't. They took it away again.
Go!
Referee's still going to make him go off, though.
Kluivert arguing with the referee about this. I think this is absolutely ludicrous, I have to say. He's all right to carry on. Why are we wasting time sending him off just so that he comes back on again? Whoever thought up this rule should scrap it immediately. It's pathetic. Now he's waved back on. How ludicrous.
Yeah, there's one or two changes they've made to football recently that have been real pluses, and that rule isn't one of them.
Absolutely. Free kick to Holland. Danny Blind in possession. Winter. Now Bofada. Cocu. 3 minutes on the clock. 3 minutes to get this golden goal as De Boer hammers one across the box. Desailly with a header clear finds Jokeyev. Now on to Zidane. Pedros making the run down the left. Never reached that.
Just looking 2.5 minutes ahead to the penalties, or 3 minutes, whatever left. I wonder which end they'll kick them into, because if they kick into the
Anfield Road end.
Anfield Road end, yeah, I'm trying to remember it. I used to play it. It's a long time ago now. The Dutch will have a massive advantage. It's just full of orange, isn't it? So I reckon they'll make them do it in front of the Kop, which seems to have a sprinkling of both sets of supporters.
Actually, it's an important point. I've noticed that in recent years. I think they really ought to toss ends to decide which end the penalties are taken, because it can be a big factor if you've got masses of your own fans behind that goal. It's obviously a disadvantage to the other side. Guerin for France. They want to clinch it without the need for penalties. So do the Dutch, obviously. Zidane for them. Finds Pedros. That's a good ball forward. Lizarazu has got into a good position for France here and clips one dangerously across Bofada's clearance. Reisiger fumbled his control. Lizarazu again. Pedros. That is brilliant play by Reisiger. That's how to defend. Oh, lovely skill, Guerin. Zidane. Great effort. Not far wide of target.
Well, we're in 120th minute before we've really seen anything from Zidane for me. But it's never going to beat the keeper, but it's the first time we've seen him do anything like what he's capable of for me. He's had a disappointing game. Maybe his time will come with the penalties.
Blind fires in the high ball for Holland. Mulder loses out in the aerial battle to Laurent Blanc. But it's been given away to Seedorf. Just as quickly, Blanc regains it and finds Pedros. Zidane. Jokeyev. The usual 1-2. Guerin. No foul. Holland can break. And with only seconds remaining, this could be their last attack. De Boer. Kluivert has made a terrific run forward, but it's all too late. There's the final whistle. Extra time is finished. We didn't get our golden goal. We will get penalty kicks.
The Netherlands will now be decided by a penalty shootout. The best.
The penalties will be at the Kop end, which has seen a fair bit of drama down the years and is about to see some more unfold here. Johan de Kok, the part-timer in the Dutch team, with the full-time responsibility of penalty number 1, and hammered in off the underside of the bar. Holland get the vital first under their belts. Kevin?
It really hits this. I mean, it could have just as easily been like Spain's first one, but this one, it's the underside of the bar and it flies into the roof of the net. But this goalkeeper, Van der Sar, will look, the goals will look a bit smaller behind him. I know the other one's more agile. They're quite right in the studio to say that, Lama is, but that goal will look pretty small behind this guy. He's massive.
Shrieks of disapproval for Zidane to try and put him off from the Dutch fans. It didn't work. Calm, low, into the corner, 1-1. It's his birthday tomorrow. He would not have wanted to miss this.
Very good penalty. I mean, 6'5" of him couldn't get to that. It's right in the corner, and that's a good penalty from Zidane. He hasn't had a great game. It's never easy to take one when you're not playing well.
Ronald de Boer, the next one for Holland, and in.
Well, you knew he wouldn't miss, Alan. I mean, he's just everything for me as a footballer. He's composed, he's a leader, and he's a man in a crisis. And he struck that one in beautifully.
Yuri Jokeyev, who came as close as anyone in the period of extra time to producing a winning goal, now tries his luck from 12 yards out. 2-2. And haven't the penalties been impressive?
4 very good penalties up to now. This is an excellent one. Just waits for the keeper to move and strokes it in the opposite corner.
And now it's the turn of Patrick Kluivert, scorer of 2 goals on this ground, which enabled Holland to qualify for these finals when they beat the Republic in a playoff. The goalkeeper guessed the right way, but you can tell from Kluivert's delight that it didn't get the right result as far as France are concerned. Holland score again.
Another superb penalty, right in the corner. Actually, it's this where the stanchion would be. Tremendous penalty, that one.
Now Lizarazu, the French left-back. So far, all 5 penalties taken have been converted successfully. And there's another one. 3-3.
That makes it 6 great penalties, and this one's terrific. Power and precision.
Clarence Seedorf will take the next penalty here for Holland. Still only 20, but he's played on the biggest stage for the last 3 or 4 years. Even so, I suspect the nerves will be afflicting him, and I hate it when referees do that. It's maybe a centimetre off the penalty spot, and they put more pressure on players by insisting it's exactly right. And Seedorf has missed. And I just wonder what part the referee's unnecessary intervention played in that.
I think you're totally right, Alan. I mean, we'll never know, because obviously you can't turn the clock back, but so finicky he's been all night, and he just had to get in on this one. Nevertheless, good save from Lama, but it was a poor penalty. It's not in the corners like all the others have been. It's straight down the middle, and it's a height that Lama didn't have really too much trouble in keeping it out.
So this is the opportunity for France to take the lead here. Guérin with a vital kick. Scored. 4-3 to France. And this next penalty kick for Holland could not be more important, because if Danny Blind does not score here, then Holland are out of the competition. He saved them for the moment anyway. The drama unfolds on this June evening at Anfield, because the next penalty kick, which is going to be taken by Laurent Blanc, could be the kick that sends France through to the semi-finals of the European Championships and sends Holland on their way home. This to win the game, this for a place in the semi-finals.
I think he'll just blast it, Alan, that's my bet. He'll just run up and he'll hit it hard, he'll close his eyes and hope. Told you.
Blanc has scored. The sad faces belong to the Dutch. And France are through to the semi-finals. Joy unconfined in the French quarter of Anfield. The misery couldn't be deeper for the Netherlands. The cruelest way to go out. Side-footed goal by Laurent Blanc. How cool can you get? Lamar, the goalkeeper, added his celebrations, and France are into the last four, where they will meet either Portugal or the Czech Republic. And Holland, you've just got to feel for them. Poor Seedorf. The only talking point that matters is that France are through.